the game is being played or shooting baskets at halftime. Food and beverages must be consumed in the cafeteria or lobby and not brought into the gymnasium. Smoking.
Reminders to everyone, artificial noisemakers are not allowed at high school athletic events. Spectators are not allowed on the court while the game is being played or shooting baskets at halftime. Food and beverages must be consumed in the cafeteria or lobby and not brought into the gymnasium. Smoking is prohibited anywhere on school grounds. Tonight, Northeastern is hosting the Bobcats from NAC. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Bobcats. Number 10, Michelle Silver.
On the injured list.
Number 13, Heather Racing-Silver.
Heather King-Silver.
Number 15, Hannah Sherratt.
Hannah Sherratt.
Number 20, Kirsten Abel.
Kirsten Abel.
Number 22, Anna Bentley.
Anna Bentley.
Number 25, Alicia King.
Alicia King.
Starting for the Bobcats at guard, number 10, Kristen Normandy.
Kristen Normandin starting.
At guard, number 12, Abby Spinner.
Abby Spinner.
At center, number 21, Mary Manor.
Mary Manor.
At forward, number 15, Katie Hemingway.
Katie Hemingway.
Forward, number 23, Ashley King.
And Ashley King.
The Bobcats are coached by Steve Chilton.
And Stevie Chilton, the coach. Andy doesn't want to shake hands with him. Oh.
For the Cougars, number 4, Carrie Dominic.
Carrie Dominic.
Number 5, Katrina Guerin.
Katrina Guerin.
Number 14, Johnny Ray Courier.
Johnny Ray
Number
Courier.
15, Chelsea Brooks.
Chelsea Brooks.
Number 21, Mara Fibai.
Mara Fibai.
Number 24, Courtney Brooks.
Courtney Brooks.
Number 25, Allie Ebersol.
Allie Ebersol.
And starting for the Cougars, at guard, number 2, Kim Dragoon.
Kim Dragoon.
At guard, number 11, Jennifer Bayshard.
Jen Bayshard.
At center, number 41, Chantal Lavallee.
Chantal Lavallee.
At guard, number 13, Erin Macy.
Erin Macy.
At guard, number 22, Megan McComb.
And Megan McComb.
The Cougars are coached by Andy Landry, Norm Bono, and Aaron Cromp. The officials for tonight's game are Mr. Spillman and Mr. Dyer. The referees are using pink whistles tonight in support of Coaches versus Cancer. Please rise for the national anthem. Tonight's national anthem will be sung by Megan Langer. Sorry. Catch my breath. I just ran in from the parking lot, so. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets crackling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing as that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Calvin Castine at Northeastern Clinton Central School. It's the 4th day of February 2009, and we're here for CVAC Varsity Girls Basketball We were hoping that the voice of Cougar basketball would be here, but Joe Southwick was here in the stands during the modified game, but he has snuck out on us. Must be had other pressing matters, so we're going to have to do this on our own here without the voice of Joe Southwick. So if you were tuning in to hear Joe, our very humble apologies. This is Hemingway inbounding. It's into Spinner, and she stepped on the line. It'll be Cougar ball. Macy in to her cousin Bayshard, and Bayshard will bring it into the forecourt. Over to McComb. McComb bounce pass to LaValle. LaValle pushes it out for Macy. Macy's shot is off the mark, and we have a jump ball. It'll be Cougar's turn. McComb will inbound it. Bayshard will throw it up off the iron. Rebounded LaValle. She misses. Dragoon will give it to McComb. And Bayshard with the rebound, taken away by Hemingway. She pushes it up to Normandin. Normandin into the forecourt. A green ball. Hemingway will inbound it. Normandin. So to the floor. And look out. McComb is bumped into by Normandin. Macy into Bayshard. Rebounded by Dragoon. Here's Macy throwing it up. Dragoon pulls it out. Gives it over to McComb. And LaValle scores. First 2 points of the game are on the scoreboard. King gets it inbounded to Normandin. Normandin into the forecourt. Well, now she's into the forecourt. Picked up at midcourt by Bayshard. McComb chases the ball out of bounds. And King will inbound it. Comes to a Manor on the high post on the elbow, now back outside. Normandin over to Hemingway. Hemingway bounce pass to Spinner. Spinner tries to go underneath. LaValle has other ideas, slaps it away, picked up by Macy, and Manor fighting for it. King will inbound it for the Cats. Cougars and Bobcats on hometown cable. McComb will inbound it to Bayshard. There's McComb, bounce pass to LaValle. Bayshard with a long shot. Rebounded for the Cats by Hemingway. Normandin guarded by Bayshard into the forecourt. Referees Spillman and Dyer did the modified game earlier today, so they're getting double duty. King will inbound. Manor throws it up, off the glass and in. Mary Manor ties the ball game. It's 2-2 with 5:26 on the clock. Bayshard over to LaValle. LaValle fakes, drives up the... Plays it in. Very nice move by Chantal LaValle. Puts her team up 4-2. Yeah, we got some Manors entering the building there. There's a shot, too strong. Dragoon hits the bottom of the rim. Chantal LaValle follows. And does she have all 6 points for the Cougars? Could be. Could be. I see that Joe Southwick. He's out there in the hall hiding from us here. He's on strike. Joe Southwick is on strike. Hey, there he is. Completely ignoring the hometown cable camera out there. It's hard to get free help that you can depend on. Pintel Valley, a scoring machine that makes it 8-2 Cougars. 4 minutes and 12 seconds showing here in the first quarter. Normandin into the forecourt, over to Spinner. Spinner gives it to Manor. Back to Spinner. Hemingway throws it up from the baseline. Nope. Rebounded by McComb. McComb says, nope, I'm not going to a fast break. Last time I tried that, I got tackled. Over to the Seguins. McComb with a shot, and it goes off LaValle. I know what Joe's doing. He's out there working the concession stand tonight. Probably taking a break here at the... Nobody buying any hot dogs at the moment, so he's taking a break. Fulfilling his concession stand duties for the Booster Club. Bayshard with the basket pass from Dragoon. 10-2 Cougars, 3:15 showing in the first quarter. Normandin gives to Spinner. Spinner goes low. Baseline shot thrown up by, what was that? 20. Kirsten Abel. Didn't see her come in. Abel will inbound it. Oh, another one I didn't see come in. Hannah Charette, 14. Dragoon lays it in. Abel will toss it in to Normandin. It's 12-2 Cougars. 2:45. We got 5 players getting up to come in for Northeastern. Kick called. Let's see. We got Brooks and Brooks, Guerin, Five Eye, and Corrier. Abel into Normandin. Stolen by Guerin. Okay, fouls on Kristen Normandin. She has all the fouls in the game, both of them. There have been 2 fouls called, and she has them all. Guerin misses the first. And the second. Spinner with the rebound. Brooks strips it away. Spinner gets it back. And look out. Nobody hurt. That's the important thing here. Chelsea reminded me of the McDonough boys over at, when I was going to St. Mary's. McDonough boys were in the younger grades. I think the oldest, Dan, was about 5 years younger than me, but every time one of the McDonough boys would be in a fight in the schoolyard, all of a sudden, plop, 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 one, then another McDonough would hop in on it. You didn't fight one of the boys, you fought them all. And Jack would always have his glasses broken. 12-2. We've got 2:16 showing here in the first period. Well, Chelsea thought her big sister, Courtney, was in trouble, so she hopped in there to add her 2 cents. Corrier in to Brooks, over to Guerin. Brooks to Guerin. Corrier. And to give it to Five Eye. Now everybody's touched it. Corrier off the glass. Nice move by J.R. Corrier. He's at 14-2, just under 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Normandin into the forecourt. Stolen by Mara. Five Eye off her knee. She was counting those 2 points. She was counting them already. She said those are in the book. And all of a sudden the ball bounced off her knee. Spinner. Throws it to Charette. Charette struggling, gets it back to Spinner. Spinner drives up to paint, and the foul will be on Chelsea Brooks. Abel into Spinner. Thrown up by Charette. 5-eye, throws it up Brooks to Brooks. And Chelsea blew it. Courtney graciously gave it to her little sister, and she missed the layup. Wonder if Aunt Evelyn is watching on Plattsburgh.com. A lot of folks in the North Country are catching on that they can get these games on Plattsburgh.com now. So if you don't have access to cable, you still get a chance. As long as you have high-speed internet, you can still catch your favorite teams. There's Chelsea Brooks with the bucket. Makes it 16-2. We're under a minute. We're at 47 seconds. 5-eye with a steal. This time she lays it in. It's at 18-2. 30 seconds in the quarter. Brooks. Spinner from the elbow. Brooks with the rebound, but, look out. "14 seconds. There's Spinner. Out of Charette. Stripped away by Courtney Brooks. And like her sister, she missed the layup. 5-eye just a second away from getting a basket. 18-2 Cougars after 1 here on Hometown Cable. It's Brooks into Brooks to start the second quarter. Corrier out to Chelsea Brooks, over to 5-eye. Guerin. And foul on King, and Guerin is down. Charlie Horse. Timeout. Oh, Katrina Guerin will shoot. (19-2). King will throw it into Spinner. Brooks trying to steal it from Spinner. Over to King. In the hands of Chelsea Brooks. Guerin gives it to Courtney Brooks. And it's going to be green ball. 7:27 on the clock. Spinner will bring it up. Brooks up to Brooks. And 5-eye with a bucket. Steve Chilton says timeout.
30 second timeout.
7:04 to go in the first half. Cougars take it away. That was missed. 5-eye pushes it out to Guerin. Courier throws it up. Brooks with the rebound. Brooks to Guerin. Good move there by 5-eye with the rebound. Now it's controlled by Charette. Nope, excuse me, Hemingway. Charette 14, Hemingway 15. There's Charette. Intended for Abel, and we have Guerin and Abel tied up. Abel will inbound it into Normandin. Spinner. A long shot thrown up by Normandin. Ball went off Normandin. And Courier hits, short jumper. 23-2, 5:46 now in the first half. King putting it to the floor. Cougars take it away. Guerin finds Courtney Brooks over to Courier to Chelsea Brooks. It's 25-2 Cougars, 5 minutes and 21 seconds. Brooks should be backing up here on defense here. No need to be stealing the ball at mid-court from the Bobcats. Alicia King and Mary Manor in for the Bobcats. Now Heather Kingsolver comes in. Abby Spinner. Brooks could let her inbound it. Spinner to Manor. Manor throws it up. Nope. Kingsolver will inbound it. Normandin throws it up too strong. Courier will bring it up. 4:47. Courier to Brooks. Chelsea Brooks with the shot. Rebounded by Guerin. And Katrina Guerin tosses it in. Nice move. 27-2, 4:26 showing. Normandin to Spinner. They got Ali Ebersole and Dominic. Carry Dominic in. Dominic with a shot, short. Looks to the rebound and basket. Brooks taking it away from Manor, and the jump ball will be green ball. Manor surrounded by Cougars. Spinner to Normandin. Rolls off. King throws it up, and she is fouled. Alicia King will shoot. Foul is on Brooks. And King hits the second one. It's 29-3, 3:21 to go in the first half. Courtney Brooks. Rebound Courier, too strong. Courtney Brooks out to Guerin. Guerin will keep it in play. Bobcats in a 2-3 defense. Under 3 now to go in the half. Dominic out to Guerin. Guerin tosses it up. And the ball squirts into the hands of Normandin. Normandin throws it up and hits from about 13 feet. Kristen Normandin with a nice bucket. Makes it 29-5. 2:36 showing in the half. Brooks slides it over to Courier for 3 off front of the rim. Rebounded by Dominic. Oh, it was Ebersole who had that foul. It wasn't Brooks. The last foul on King was 25, and I thought Brooks was 25, but it's Ebersole who's 25. Stolen by Courier. And Brooks lays it in. It's 31-5, 1:50 to go. Normandin into the forecourt. Again, the Cougars could back off. There's no reason for the Cougars to be stealing the ball at midcourt. They're ahead 33-5 right now. They could, in the modified game, Frank Dumas had his players back up into the three-point arc and play defense from there. Up for Dominic. Hits the bottom of the backboard. Guerin follows and lays it in. Well, it's 35-5, 1:06 to go. We've got 3 Cougars waiting to come in, but the whistle's not being blown here. There's Normandin. Over to Spinner. King from the elbow. Nope. In the hands of Guerin. We get a sub timeout. 51.9. Showing here in the... And it looks like Steve Chilton's going to throw some players in too. He's going to throw 4 of them in. Leave Normandin out there. Or Spinner. Who's he leaving out? Okay, leaving Spinner in. Ebersole with the ball. 48 seconds. Macy, Ebersole, Bayshard. Macy from 12 feet, yes. Maybe make that 15 feet. 37-5. Spinner with the ball. Thrown up by King. Rebounded Dominic. Bayshard up for Ebersole. Macy out to Bayshard. Bayshard with a long shot. It's good. A long 2-pointer. 39-5, and that's going to do it. 1 second to go in the half. Well, a big lead for the Cougars at the half here over the visiting Bobcats. Megan McCone will toss it in. She'll give it to Johnny Ray Courier. Back to McComb, over to Kim Dragoon. Courier with a shot from about 10 feet. And the Cougars get the bucket. Normandin will bring it up. Stolen by Brooks. Dragoon. Foul was on Hemingway, and you can't blame the Bobcats for getting a little frustrated here. Cougars aren't giving them full court pressure, but they are putting a lot of pressure on them once they get in that forecourt. Norman will bring it up. She's met by Dragoon to King. King puts it to the floor. Double dribbles. Garand into Courier. McComb back to Courier. McComb put it back out to Dragoon. And Courier hit a long two-pointer. Foot was on the line. Norman will bring it up. Again, I would have the Cougar defense back in the three-point arc. Give the Bobcats a little room to pass the ball outside here. Spinner with a shot. Brooks with a basket. Up for Dragoon. Courier saves it back to Brooks. Out to Dragoon for three. Garand with a rebound. Pushes it out to Dragoon again. Garand with the rebound, and we have it tied up momentarily here by Manor. And Manor gets the ball for the Bobcats. Norman then will bring it up. Stolen by Brooks. Hemingway was looking for somebody to pass it to. That's Brooks. Bayshard in. And King Silver in for the Cats. Marmondon will bring it up. 44 to 5 is our score. 5 minutes and 47 seconds showing in the third quarter. Spinner has it knocked away by McComb. Ashley King will inbound it. McComb knocked it out of bounds, but it hit King. The first thing it hit out of bounds was King, and King was out of bounds, so it's off her. Oh, we're going to get that one to fall. It's 5:20 to go in the third. Stolen by Bayshard. This is the layup. Dragoon to Bayshard. Courier tosses it out of bounds. I mentioned it in the modified game, and I want to mention it again here because it happened earlier in the week at Northern Adirondack in a modified boys basketball game. Northeastern visiting the Bobcats, and right the last play of the overtime. Smith, Jesse, I believe his name is, Jesse Smith for the Bobcats, was going up for a layup, and all of a sudden he went down in terrible pain, and it was a type of injury where you figure the kid behind him must have given him a shove when he was in the air, and looking at the replay, it was entirely self-inflicted. He was going up, concentrating on trying to go up off the correct foot, and he was going up off the wrong foot and tried to twist his body to compensate and ended up turning his ankle in and stepping on the side of his outside of his foot instead of coming down on the flat part of his foot. He came down on the outside of his foot with his foot turned in at the time, and it just looked terrible on the replay. His ankle was bent in half. It was parallel to there's a basket by McComb. It was parallel to the floor while his leg was perpendicular. So his ankle was at a 90-degree angle. And fortunately, from what athletic director Rebedu has told us, it wasn't broken. Dragoon called for the carry. It wasn't broken, it was just a real bad sprain. But there was definitely no foul involved in it. It was just a real bad misstep. And that's how the game ended with 3 seconds on the clock. The Bobcats had a big enough lead that there was no sense in continuing. So just in case anybody watching ended up with the same assumption that I did, that there was a foul of some sort on the play, there certainly was not. McComb pushes it forward to Brooks. She gives it to Courier, who misses the layup. Courier steps in bounds, touches the ball before she is established in bounds. Kirsten Abel is in. Abel will inbound it and give it to Kristen Normandin. So it's Kirsten to Kristen. 3:37 in the third quarter. Pushed forward by Bayshard, and Brooks drops this one in. And the Cougars have crossed the half-century mark. It's 51-5. Normandin with the ball. Manor on the high post. Back to Normandin now. To Abel. And nope, that's not Manor. That's Charette, Hannah Charette. One of the, she has all of these seniors on the Bobcat side. Hannah Charette, the only senior for the Bobcats. Cougars have 7. McComb with a long shot. That's short. Brooks follows it. McComb all net on that one. 2:35 to go in the third quarter. And we'll have a foul on Brooks. It's a chilly night in the North Country on this 4th day of February. We got 2 more cold nights, and we're supposed to get into another mild snap. Our mild snap earlier this week was 24 hours. This one's supposed to be a little bit longer. Courier with a bucket. But no matter what the Groundhog Day says on February 2nd, we're always looking for milder days ahead here. Now that I think about it, I've been saying the 4th all day. This might be the 5th today. It's Wednesday. Yep. Nope, it's the 4th. Today is Wednesday. Monday was the 2nd. So, doing the math. Today is February 4th. 2009. Normandin recovers, but can't control the ball. It goes off the tip of the fingers of Dragoon. Abel will inbound it. And picked up by Dragoon. And Kim Dragoon with the bucket. Timeout, Bobcats. Abel into Normandin. Brooks again at midcourt. Blocked by Guerin. King throws it up. Brooks throws it up in the air, hoping that Cougar will get it. Bayshard down to Guerin. And she is fouled. 60-7, Cougars. Normandy brings it up. Under a minute to go in the third. Banked in, Kristen Normandy off the glass. Dragoon. 16-footers in and out. Coleman the rebound, gives to Guerin. Guerin throws it up, and she is fouled. Guerin hits the first. Fouls on Hemingway, her third, team third. Cougars have just one foul here in the second half. Guerin makes it. Normandy will bring it into the forecourt. 33 seconds to go in the third quarter. Normandy gets it to Hemingway. Hemingway to Abel. And Guerin with the rebound. Combe to Brooks. Brooks is all right. Charette has it stripped away by Guerin in no time. 62-9, the Cougars lead at the end of 3 here on viewer-supported hometown cable. Bobcat ball to start the fourth quarter. Spinner to who's 22 here? Bentley, Anna Bentley. There's King. Dominic trying to steal the ball from King. And Ebersol bouncing into Spinner. Leave little Abby alone there. Bentley into Spinner. That's the shot clock. As Manor was looking to pick up the ball. Be Cougar ball. Brooks. Ebersol back to Brooks. Over to Macy. Ebersol hits a three-pointer. Bentley will inbound to Spinner. Shot thrown up by Manor. Brooks with a touchdown pass to Dominic. Valley tosses it out to Macy. Ebersol, Macy. Now Brooks to Ebersol underneath for LaValle. And King with the bucket. For the rebound, excuse me. Spinner. Over to Kingsolver. Here's a shot by Manor. Rebounded Ebersol. Slides it up to Macy. 6:14 to go in the ball game. LaValle. Little fellow getting his exercise. Here's Macy with a shot. Rebounded Spinner. 5:47 to go in the game. Manor with a long shot. In and out. Rebounded by Brooks. Brooks up for Dominic. Dominic will keep it and lay it in. Spinner into the forecourt. 5:25 on the clock. Spinner drives the paint, throws it up off the back of the iron. We just had that little fellow racing toward the edge of these bleachers here. Someday, a child will be injured severely here in these bleachers, and the school board and the school administration will wake up and say, why didn't somebody tell us? Ebersol with a flat shot, rebounded by LaValle. Brooks throws it in. It'd be a shame if Chantel LaValle doesn't get to double figures tonight. She had the first 8 points of the game for the Cougars, and I don't know if she's scored since then. I don't think she played the rest of the first half after coming out. A basket by Brooks. 4:18 left in the game. Manor back to Spinner. Spinner with a shot. Nope. 5-eye with a rebound. Brooks down to Ebersol. She'll give it to Dominic, and Dominic will get fouled. Fouls on Manor, her second, team fourth. Dominic will shoot. There, Dominic hits them both. Norman will bring it up. 3:57 to go in the game. Over to Charette. Charette to Abel, and stolen by LaValle, and we have a foul. Normandin picks up her third foul. LaValle. Macy with a long shot. It's good. .343. By Abby Spinner puts the Bobcats in double figures. The volley turns, too strong. Rebound Spinner. Normandin will bring it up. 3:37 to go in the game. And Kristen Normandin drops it in for the Bobcats. Over to Ebersol. Ball in to Macy, over to Ebersol. 5-eye. And 5-eye is fouled. Spinner picks up her second foul. And 5-eye hits the second. Normandin will bring it up. 3:06 to go in the game. Normandin too strong. 5-eye with the ball. She'll keep it and lay it in. Coast to coast from Mara 5-eye. There's Spinner. Dominic in for Chelsea Brooks. 2:36 left in the game. There's a shot by Charette, and rebound by LaValle. LaValle gives to Macy. Eversole to Dominic. Bye-bye keeps it for the Cougars. Dominic throws it up. The rebound was by Hemingway, and it went off a Cougar foot. No kick, unless it's deliberate. King in for Hemingway. Foul was on Charette. 1-1 is missed. Charette with the rebound. Gives it to Normandin. 1:51 to go. Spinner. Hands off to Charette. Charette throws it up off the iron. And off the fingertips of Abel. Manor and King in. They replace Abel and Charette. 1.5 to go in the game. There's LaValle. Rolls off the rim and rebounded by Manor. Shot by King, rebounded by Spinner. Normandin for 3, nope. Rebounded by LaValle. Macy up to Dominic. And Dominic lays it in, and the Cougars have hit the 80-point mark. They lead by an 80-13 advantage. 48 seconds to go in the game. Eversole to Five Eye to Dominic. Now we're down to 33 seconds. Another green ball. 25.2 on the clock. Ashley King will inbound to Mary Manor, out to Abby Spinner. Off Dominic, I guess. 16.4 on the clock. King will inbound. Have a pair of Kings on the floor. Into Alicia King. Out to Normandin. 9 seconds. That was the shot clock. That was the shot clock, not the game clock. So Mary Manor gets the bucket. George Dyer said, "Keep playing." He knew what that was the shot clock, not the game clock. It was 1.3 after Manor scored. Well, 82-15 is the final. Northeastern defeats the visiting Bobcats, and that's the way it was in CVAC varsity girls basketball on this 4th day of February 2009. Thanks for watching. And for those of you supporting viewer-supported local television, Hometown Cable win. Lose or draw, TV worth your support, Hometown Cable. And will we have it? Nope. And we got a field goal, 3 points. Put it between the uprights. And getting 9 pins is Brown on his first ball. He missed it. There's John Fortin for the Cougars. And he gets the strike. John Bouye for the Patriots. He strikes. Oh, Here's Jordan Bouye. He avoided a strike. Ormsby will pick up a spare. In the gutter, no, it didn't go in the gutter, but one plate come back for him. Late drop. Pupor gets 9 in his first ball. Bring up Garcia for the Patriots.